And I'm Matt Lawson, Vice President of Ads Marketing here at Google. This is an exciting moment for us. For the first time, we're bringing all of the goodness of Google Marketing Live to you. In the next half hour, we're going to be breaking down the keynote, diving deeper into a few key points, and checking in with trusted industry leaders and Google experts. As a quick reminder, after this show, stay tuned to our YouTube channel, where we'll be sharing demos of our newest products and breakout sessions to make sure you have all the best practices you need to be successful. And don't forget to get involved. Connect with us by using the hashtag Google Marketing Live. We want to hear what you have to say. So let's get started with our first big headline today, Google Ads. That's right, it's no longer Google AdWords. Hopefully all of you can help us get the word out. Now I know this seems like a small change, but really it's not. Check this out.
Google AdWords is becoming Google Ads. Google Ads, whether you're using Google Ads,
in Google Ads, natively in Google Ads.
In Google Ads, all three will be supported across both Google Ads,
or Google Ads.
Not sure if you caught that, but it's now Google Ads. So after 10 years of working with AdWords, this is a welcome change. It represents the full range of advertising capabilities we have across search, display, YouTube, and so many other properties. As a previous marketer, I have fond memories of Google AdWords. My fondest was trying to buy a search term for a girl I was dating. That didn't go out so well. But behind every great marketing campaign, there's a group of marketers who bring it to life. So we want to encourage you to use the hashtag #BehindTheAds to share your story with those of us here at the event. This change to Google Ads isn't the only big news that came out of the keynote today. We also announced some great things for marketers. But instead of me talking about it, I'm going to have a few experts join me here for some Q&A on YouTube ads, shopping campaigns, and more. Come on over here. All right. Hey, guys. So I'm joined here by Fred Valles from Optimizer and Ali Miller, Group Manager at YouTube. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, maybe you guys could start by telling us a few things about yourself, starting with you, Ali.
Sure. So I'm Ali Miller. I've been at Google now for 12 years, so a long time. Always been in ads, started on the sales side, moved into product management, and now I've been working on YouTube ads for about 2.5 years. So really excited to be here back at Google Marketing Live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm Fred Valles. So I started in PPC back in '98 out of my college dorm room. Took me about 4 years to see the light at this AdWords thing, or I should say Google Ads. It was going to be big, so joined Google. Got to work with Ali actually for many years. Did that for about 10 years, and then left Google, started my own company, and we work with a ton of advertisers. So really excited to see these product announcements and how it's really going to make life easier to show ads online.
Yeah, glad you saw the light.
Yes.
So Ali, why don't you kick us off? Lots of interesting news today on the live stream with YouTube. Talk to me about how YouTube can now be used to drive performance for advertisers.
Yeah, definitely. So we've definitely seen a lot of changes in consumer behavior over the years, and that's really dramatic on YouTube, especially just in the sheer usage of the app and the site. So the stat that always blows my mind that Nikki mentioned this morning is 1 billion hours of daily watch time. And as you can imagine, there's tons of different types of behavior that viewers have when they're watching YouTube. So it's an entertainment destination, of course, but it's also an information hub. It's a place where people come to learn things, to research products or services they may want to buy. And so we have this opportunity to tap into all that different viewer behavior to drive more specific goals for advertisers. So starting at the top of the funnel, we have TrueView for Reach, which Nikki mentioned today is a great way to marry our traditional TrueView skippable ad format with the simplicity of CPM buying. So this can kind of cast a broad net across a lot of different viewers on YouTube, get your brand awareness, your reach out there in a really efficient, easy way. So inching on down the funnel, then we have these sort of mid-funnel objectives, so driving consideration, for example. And this can be really useful if you have a longer purchase cycle for the products or services that you sell. And this new maximize lift bid strategy is a great way to drive the most consideration lift possible for your campaign. The way we do this is we try to identify viewers who are most likely to go from not considering a brand or product or service to considering it after seeing the video. And we use the power of our brand lift measurement to actually now in real time optimize for the results that you previously could only see after the fact as a measurement tool. So we're really excited to kind of get into the game of these smart bid strategies, and having come from the search world, this is familiar with a lot of folks from the past on search, so YouTube is really starting to make a lot of progress there.
Really cool.
Yeah.
So cool new ways to use machine learning to address awareness and consideration.
Exactly.
I also heard on the live stream there's a new format around TrueView for Action.
That's
Tell
right.
us more about what that is.
Yeah, so TrueView for Action is one of our most exciting new formats. So familiar to many traditional marketers, you want to drive leads, you want to drive sales, you want to drive conversions. And so TrueView for Action offers an action button directly below the video ad that continues playing after the ad is over. And you can see, for example, a book now or get a quote or visit site button directly there so the consumer can view that, take action, and drive a conversion. And then the next stage of this is making that even simpler. So if you want to drive leads, qualified leads, we'll be introducing a form that can show directly below the video ad. The viewer can, without even leaving YouTube, fill out their information, send that information along to you, the marketer, and then you can really close that loop super quickly and drive a lot of leads very efficiently. These are both going to be available both with target CPA bidding, and then our new bid strategy will be maximize conversions. So if you don't have a target CPA in mind, you'll be able to simply drive as many conversions as you can for your budget.
That's awesome. So it sounds like YouTube can now hit every stage of the funnel. Awareness, consideration, purchase, all the way down.
Exactly. We're really excited about it.
So Fred, you've always been a hardcore performance guy for as long as I've known you.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to me about what you think about the new smart shopping campaigns that just launched today.
Yeah, so I mean, I think shopping is this amazing thing, right? If you look at some industry research, there's about 60% of clicks on Google for retailers, at least in the United States, come through the shopping ad format. Yet it's crazy because when Ali and I worked at Google, they were called product listing ads, and they were horrendously difficult to set up. If you didn't know the special syntax to do these things, you literally couldn't get started. And Sridhar today made a point that it should be advertising that works for everyone. And I think this is really what that is, right? So you're no longer limited as an advertiser because you can't figure out how to set up your product feed. That's the first step you need to even do shopping ads. And then if you don't want to worry about the media mix and what's the right bid, what's the right budget, like all these things that require so much Excel work, now you give it to Google and they can do it for you. But at the same time, I think it's also exciting that it's not just for the newbies who are just getting started with this, but it's these new bidding formats. Or this is basically a goal-based campaign, right? So, and it was always cool to say, well, my goal is to maximize revenue, but that's not always the thing that you're really trying to do, or at least it's not just the online revenue. And now to have these new goals for driving store visits and actually trying to sell some stuff in your brick and mortar locations, that's great. And then the other one I think that's going to really get picked up by the industry is acquiring new customers. And that's a big deal because sometimes if you look at what's the easiest way to advertise online and to spend your budget, it's to spend it on people who've already come to your website, to do remarketing, right? But is that really growing the business overall, the bigger picture? And this is going to enable automation that gets these sophisticated advertisers the results that actually matter for their business.
Yeah, that's great. So one of the things I picked up you were talking about is the simplicity for marketers. Talk to me about the benefits that marketers get with more simplicity.
Yeah, I mean, it's simplicity, it's automation. It's like we all have to figure out in this new world of artificial intelligence, machine learning, what is my role as the PPC marketer? And so maybe good news, maybe bad news for some people. It's depending on what you love to do, but spreadsheets, maybe you don't have to spend quite as much time figuring out bids and budgets and spreadsheets, and you actually get to go back to being a marketer and say, hey, listen, and I think Sridhar was talking about it too, but it's one-to-one marketing. So what is the message that's going to resonate with someone? And I can do experimentation with that. I can work on my website, right? If we heard that faster landing pages basically convert better. I don't know if it was mentioned today, but it's pretty well known. So now you have time to put AMP on your landing pages to really enhance that experience, because the gains that you make on converting more people down the funnel on your website, like that's huge sometimes in comparison to just changing the bids. And that's going to come back and make you more competitive because you can actually bid higher because you sell more stuff because you've had time to go back and improve that experience.
Yeah. So more time optimizing the whole user experience.
Exactly, and a more holistic picture, and let the machines do what they're good at, and then we can focus on what we're best at.
That's great. So there was a format that was announced today that's not just for retailers. Local campaigns can be used to drive people into store. Talk to us a little bit about how you see advertisers using that.
Yeah, I mean, so there were 4 new campaign types, and I think this is, to me, the most exciting one because it's brand new inventory. Clearly, this Google thing, this AdWords thing, or Google Ads, it's working, right? I mean, look at how many people are here today at the event. And so to get access to more new inventory that didn't exist before, that's certainly something I will try. I think everybody should be trying that. And then also, I love how it's directly connected to the goal. So if somebody is doing that local search, chances are they want to go to the location, and that's actually what Google's going to measure and try to optimize for you. So again, get out of the spreadsheets, focus on putting in better images of your business, better special offers, do the things that marketers do to drive more results.
All right. Fred, Ali, thank you so much for your time. Now we're going to hear from fellow Googlers, Karen and Payam, as they dive deep into the big changes we have in store for Google Marketing Platform. Hey, Karen and Payam, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Matt. Hello, everyone. I'm Karen, and I'm here with Payam Shajai, who just gave us an overview on all things Google Marketing Platform. I've managed to steal Payam away so he can walk us through a few questions about what's to come.
Thank you, Karen. It's great to be here at Google Marketing Live, and welcome to all of our live stream viewers.
Now, I have to say, I learned just as much about you in that keynote as I did the platform. I mean, who knew you had such an affinity for boy bands?
Mom did a great job of digging up really embarrassing photos of me as a teenager.
Well, please thank her because we're all grateful for seeing those.
Thank you, Mom.
I mean, that's great experience, though, because being in a band is very similar to marketing. It requires stronger collaboration. So what is it about Google Marketing Platform that helps teams work better together?
Well, first and foremost, it unifies our advertising and analytics platform as a complete set of tools. We combine Google Analytics 360 with the DoubleClick products for advertisers because most of our advertisers use both sets of platforms. And so this unified platform helps an advertiser plan, buy, measure, and optimize all of their media in one place.
Right. In fact, you gave us a demo about how the platform helps marketers in the campaign process. And the Display and Video 360 part of the platform really helps them with that. So what's unique about it?
Well, it enables teams to work in one place and get access to the same information. It will offer more than Bid Manager's existing programmatic capabilities. So you'll be able to perform campaign management, cross-platform measurement, and creative and audience capabilities all in one place. And so marketers can fully manage their reservations, their programmatic and programmatic guaranteed campaigns across display, video, TV, audio, and other channels all in one platform.
So what's something else that marketers can look forward to? What's the first thing that they should get their fingers on when they start using Google Marketing Platform?
Well, during the keynote, I mentioned that a key part of Google Marketing Platform is the Integration Center. And we built the Integration Center to more easily connect products and share insights. So in addition to showing users which Google products you can connect, Integration Center will also help you connect to third-party tools. So this is really a platform designed to offer choice. It has over 100 integrations with exchanges, measurement solutions, and other technology providers. And you can buy the best of Google and non-Google inventory in this tool.
Well, that sounds like a very efficient and effective way for digital marketing teams to work together. What advertisers have started seeing results from using Google Marketing Platform?
So we show this pretty awesome story of how Adidas is using the platform to help their brand and performance teams to work better together and use consumer insights to inform their storytelling. And as a result, they've seen tremendous lift in both traffic and sales.
Amazing, Payam. Thank you so much for taking time to walk us through Google Marketing Platform, Integration Center, and Display and Video 360. Now, before we throw it back to Matt in the studio, let's all take another look at that great story behind Adidas.
At Adidas, collaboration is one of the things that we focus on as a company overall. to make sure that we're all working more closely with each other. We talk a lot about the consumer journey no longer being linear. It's very difficult to know when the consumer is going to come in contact with your message. And because of that, it makes it much harder to deliver the right message at the right time. One thing we do a lot more now is we use data to help us in a singular environment like the Google Marketing Platform, and you're able to see audience insights and information that you can share across all those departments from a brand perspective, from an e-commerce perspective, from a retail perspective. What we found is if we're sharing insights, we know when someone should be receiving a brand message versus a product message, when they're thinking about buying or when they're actually ready to purchase.
Being in brand marketing for so long, there was this initial pushback on data and the science behind it because it was an art. But what we're seeing now is the ability for data and insights to really inform the art of storytelling. It allows us to understand the impact that we're having in real time.
Real time is incredibly important to us. We want to let people know that the shoe that was on our basketball player who just had a triple-double is our shoe. And so it's important for us to push media out there very quickly. Google Marketing Platform helps us do that, right? You have a very easy-to-use platform where you already have audiences built in. To see both the usual brand lift and brand affinity lift go up, and to see traffic and sales both increase across the board was great for us.
Starting every meeting with data and insights, that's something that we want to take outside of just the marketing organization and really infuse it across our culture here at Adidas.
All right, welcome back. Quick note on that Adidas story. If you like it, you can find a lot more about it at thinkwithgoogle.com. Now I'm joined by Sylvanus Bent, who's one of our product managers on Google Ads. Sylvanus, you want to maybe introduce yourself a little bit?
Sure, Matt. So my name is Sylvanus Bent. I'm a product manager on Google Ads. I've been here roughly 2 years, and I work primarily on search ads.
Great. And you work a little bit on responsive search ads.
That's correct.
So can you just tell us a little bit about what responsive search ads are?
Sure. Kind of as Anthony mentioned, this is a brand new ad type on search. And the whole idea behind a responsive search ad is, as a marketer, you focus on the message and let Google do the hard work of figuring out what are the different combinations of messages that are most relevant to your customers. And we do all this using Google's machine learning.
That's awesome. So tell me a little bit more about what makes them responsive.
Yep. So the ad can adapt to show multiple different combinations on different formats. And also one of the whole points is we can use the creative signals, for example, on different devices or device sizes to show what is the right set of messages that are relevant for that particular search and the way the person is searching for your product or service.
That's great. So one of the things you said earlier was, the marketers get to input and then the machines do the rest. Yep. Tell me a little bit more about the controls and levers that marketers have.
Right. So for a responsive search ad, a marketer can enter up to 15 headlines and 4 descriptions. And then in any given ad that we show, we'll select up to 3 of those headlines and 2 of those descriptions, and we'll show them in different order based on what's most relevant. This really, one, helps the advertisers to say, hey, what are the messages that are working best? But also, we've actually created, this is more than 90% more creative text that they have to work with. So you've got a lot more room to share your message, describe your product. So we think these are just a great new feature. And in addition, remember the ads, the content can show in different order. But if someone really has control that they want to, for example, show the brand message. Say they really want to make sure every ad has the brand. You could just write that as a headline, and then you could pin it into place. So for example, you could pin it to the first position so that every ad that is shown will always include your brand in the first part of the headline, while still allowing the rest of the ad to be dynamic.
Yeah, but it sounds like with this being so dynamic, it sounds like you're able to test a lot of different things. Does this save marketers time?
Absolutely. So imagine if you were to write 15 headlines and 4 descriptions manually, and you had to write out every combination in every order. I mean, that's a lot of different ads. Yeah. And then you'd have to be on top of it, running the test, making sure you're watching everything going on. It'd just become a nightmare for management. And imagine doing this in a really large account at scale. So instead, with one responsive search ad, you just give us the creative assets and let us assemble and do the work to find out, hey, these are the combinations that are working best.
That's great. So in some ways, it's leveling the playing field, making it easier than ever for anyone to get in there and do some testing and optimization. What should people be doing today to get ready for this?
So this is a new ad type. I would actually take some risks and be creative, right? This is something that is new for Google, new for marketers. So you have this new ad format that you can enter 15 headlines and 4 descriptions. try multiple different things. If there's something you know is a message that you've been curious about, you can add it as a responsive ad headline, try it out. And the good part is with the machine learning, for ads that are, or messages that are working, you'll see them used often. For messages that are just not relevant and not working, it'll be really clear to see, hey, these messages just aren't working. So take risks, be creative, and try something new.
Yeah, so it sounds like you've got some insights from potentially people in the beta. Can you tell us any creative tips that they could use?
Sure, I'll share 3 best practices for you. So the first one is focus on the headlines. By that we mean, when you write your first 3 headlines, for example, try writing them as if they'll appeal together in order, okay? Because again, by default, they can show in different order. I know that can be kind of hard to grasp. So just think of it as, what if these 3 were going to appear together? The second thing I'd focus on is be sure to include keywords in at least some of the headlines. You don't need a keyword in every single headline. Again, our machine learning will figure out the right headlines to use, but make sure that you have at least a few keywords in a few of the different headlines. And the third thing is you really want to focus on providing as much unique content as you can, right? So maybe you write those first 3 headlines, and then you say, can I come up with 3 or 4 more ideas that are completely different from the first 3 I've entered? And you do that as much as you can. If you get to a point where you can't come up with anything more and you still have room to go, then maybe you create variations of the content you've already created. So I think that kind of idea will help you create a really good responsive ad, give you a lot of variety and options.
That's great. So focus on the headlines. Don't forget to include the keywords, and then take some chances with your creative. That's great. So last question for you. When can people get their hands on it?
So responsive search ads are in beta now. We'll be rolling this out to more advertisers and more languages over the next several months and through the end of the year. So, if you're interested, stay tuned, reach out to your reps, and be a part of the beta. Keep a lookout for in your account, in your Google Ads account. Okay,
and when you tell us, we're going to launch this on the Google Ads blog.
Sounds good.
Keep me posted. All right. With that, that's all we have for our show today. Remember to check out our Google Ads YouTube page next week for all the breakout sessions happening here. We've got a lot of best practices on how to reach and connect with your customers. And definitely continue to join us in the conversation at #Google Marketing Live. We loved having you here today. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next year.